What's up? This is Draco.
And this is Alicia.
And you're now tuned in to OD
OD
Podcast.
Podcast. Period. Then come on.
Yeah. Let's talk about how you can't do shit for a bitch.
Huh? Speaking
Huh?
of,
Right. I was gonna say the fact that I just quoted
I
that, and
need
I'm
to
like,
lose 20 pounds, and I don't listen.
so this is what you do. So
Eat
you know
right.
what I was thinking
I've been
about,
eating
Alicia,
right.
for real, for real. You know what I was thinking about when we were at Six Flags. We lost weight so much, and we did not diet.
We was eating terrible
We were literally eating like
fast food.
horrible, but we were losing weight, but it was because we were active. So now I think dieting is a scam.
No,
Um,
that's not true because you cannot
it's not a
exercise.
scam,
Yeah.
huh? It's not necessarily a scam, but I do feel like because like I said right now, I don't weigh myself. I just know that I'm small. Like I look
Yeah.
in the mirror and I'm like, okay, this shirt did not hang like this before or whatever. But I don't really diet. I do watch what I eat, but I eat mostly like grilled proteins, and then I'll eat like white rice sometimes. I be trying to get into quinoa. I love quinoa, but I just don't like to cook it because it's weird. I don't
Oh
know.
my God. Quinoa had, I'm going to spare y'all the details, but just know that's a lot of protein.
Oh, it messed you up.
Mess my bad.
Imagine me though. I don't mind it because I mean I like
Man,
that, but
it hit me
imagine me
3 days
putting
later.
quinoa on
That's
a
how I
kale
eat it.
salad.
I be
Yeah, I
making
love it in a
bowls.
kale salad.
So my
Yeah,
cousin, she's been on an alkaline diet for like a year now. She looks amazing. I mean, she does work out too, but she only eats alkaline foods. But she put me onto some recipes because we were on a cabin trip. I had to cook specific meals for her, but I tasted it and it was really good. I think my problem in the past was I wasn't seasoning it right. She put me on. I put in like some curry powder and cayenne. I mean, it really jazzed it up for real. But
yeah.
that quinoa, don't have it more than 2 times a week. I wouldn't even say two, to be honest with you. I say
That's the
half.
same thing with like flax seeds and chia seeds and stuff like that too.
I put flaxseed in my smoothies. But speaking of food, I want to get into this black business of the week. Now I'm gonna preface this by saying I have not tried this place yet, but hopefully in the next couple of weeks I will be able to. Hopefully I'm gonna try to squeeze it to my schedule. But if you guys are in the Twin City area, Minneapolis, there's a place called Soul Bowl. And what it appears is kind of like when you go to a place like Chipotle or Kava, they have that same type of setup, but it's soul food. So you'll be some rice,
Yeah,
add some sweet potatoes, add some chicken, add some salmon, whatever. And it actually looks really good. And they have these like pops, like like a popsicle,
yeah.
except it's meat or whatever protein you choose, but it's covered in different toppings. So I wish I was
So it's like a corn dog.
basically, actually, that's a good way to explain it. And
Okay,
so
but
the
it's different. It's not a hot dog, and it's different meat.
right. And so look at this one of the bowls right here. I mean, it's just like a meal in a bowl,
Oh
basically.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That wasn't the most flattering picture. I'm not gonna lie, but the food looks really good. I follow them. I look at their stories, but I hope I get to try them out. They were at the Minneapolis Fair. Oh, it's called a Soul Sickle.
Oh yeah,
But anyhow, I want to try them out as black owners in Minneapolis, and it's not a whole lot of stuff to do there, so hopefully I'll have enough time to go
yeah.
and get some Soul Bowl. But check them out on Instagram at Soul Bowl MN. If you're ever in the area for whatever reason, give them a holler, holla, 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 holla.
Shout out to Auntie Holla. I love her. But
Wait,
yeah,
who it is?
the old lady on Instagram who her name like they call her Miss Holla, but
Oh, the
she's
one who
like
took us out.
yeah.
Oh, okay,
I
got it,
love
got it, okay, okay. All right, we got anything tweets from the streets?
her. Let's see. I be like bookmarking my tweets
Oh,
now.
I got a tweet from the streets.
Okay, go ahead, boo.
The Twitter girls was dragging She by Sheree and for good reason. All right, y'all. It's been 14 years since Sheree Whitfield introduced She by Sheree on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Maybe season 1 or 2, I can't remember. But the iconic term from Dwight was fashion show with no fashions. Now at that time, she was doing like dresses, gowns, trying to do like elegant wear. And then a couple of years ago at the reunion, Andy asked her like, "Girl, what's up with She by Sheree?" She was like, "Joggers, spring,
Yeah,
summer, fall." Like it was a very basically she didn't have her stuff together. Now, on this last episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta, I was actually really proud of her because she pulled off a very nice fashion show. I wasn't a huge fan of the apparel, but I'm like, you know what, this is a lot. You know what I'm saying? She really put like it was a real well produced show, but leading up to the fashion show, she was talking about how she had her designer and they didn't come through, or the stuff was in Alaska somewhere stuck. So she had to go to a designer in New York to throw her stuff together. So I'm like, dang, I'm really interested in seeing these looks. And on top of that, early in the season, she had a yoga mat, which was like one of the samples for her line. So I'm like, okay, so she's actively doing stuff. They show her going to fabric stores, doing all this different stuff. And then at the end of that episode, there was a timer, like basically saying that her website was going live once the episode went off. Sweetie, the website wasn't live, right? And then there was a message saying that the website had crashed, but I don't think that's true. I think it just was not ready. And so the website finally gets ready. My first time seeing was like yesterday. Oh my god! First of all, basically a lot of the outfits, or at least like the joggers, the
yeah.
athletic wear, basically like she white labeled it. She went and got some probably had a wholesaler throw a label onto some joggers and some leggings and say it was hers, which I don't really have a problem with that because people start t-shirt lines, sweatsuit lines, and all that, and it'd be the same Gildan or Champion apparel, which is fine. But I think that because that's like generic apparel, it's easy to get away with. But her athletic wear had like patterns and stuff like that, so it just something that you would think is unique, but it was not. Now my
Unique.
thing is, when she said she reached out to designers and had people doing all this different stuff, what exactly were they working on? Because nothing was like an original piece. And then she
Yeah.
had that "Who Gonna Check Me Boo" shirt. First of all the shirts was like $140, which is crazy. And the pictures on the website, the clothes were wrinkled. Her and her son had ashy, wrinkled feet. It just was not prepared at all. And I'm just, not that Sheree is like this big time baller, but she definitely has enough resources to drop quality things, especially for something that's allegedly been 14 years in the making. This look like something that she woke up, realized her alarm didn't go off, and she threw something up on the website.
Alicia, why do you come up with these scenarios, bro? How?
That's how it made me feel. I feel like it is not hard to come up with, if you're gonna do t-shirts, it's actually not hard to come up with a generic design, like a nice generic design. But these people just pick a font, they throw some words on, they throw it up. One of them had an emoji on it. All of them was wrinkled. The pictures were not properly edited. The clothes were clearly white labeled. It just was not nothing. It really. I don't even know if I seen the yoga mat that she had when she went to the Drop of a Drew class, but it's really disappointing because I feel like Sheree had we like people like her. I like her, and I think that she like Candy told her, you got the biggest brand out the franchise, but ain't making no money off of it because everybody knows She by Sheree. It's become a meme at this point, and this was really her opportunity to prove people wrong, show people that she's really been working on it. This heifer said she invested $1 million into. No, you didn't. You $1 million lie. 143,
First of all, one of the models was your son, so let's start there.
and his feet was ashy and wrinkled like hers. They literally threw that stuff together. And it's a shame because she literally could have made bank. She was better off getting a champion sweatsuit and throwing her logo on it, or basic plain looking leggings. Like, to me, if you're gonna have patterns and stuff, I just think it should be unique. I mean, we made t-shirts ourselves. I had my cousin make a design on Photoshop, and it's nothing that you can find on Shein. Like, you know what I'm saying? You are
Yeah.
Sheree Whitfield. Like, you really could have made something out of this. And the fact that She by Sheree started off as this intent to be this fashion luxury line, and it was dumbed down to this, I feel like, girl, like it's just hard to take somebody serious like that. Like, everybody is not meant to be an entrepreneur, but with the hoopla that came with this logo, I mean this brand name, and her ability to even maintain relevancy on this show and deliver that is it's embarrassing. She will not be
Yeah.
the Black Business of the Week.
I'm always I'm always so lost on the housewives conversations, just because I never really watched Housewives before. And
You got to.
the only person I really paid attention to outside of the show was Nene, Candy, and maybe Phaedra a little bit. for the most part.
Okay.
And Cynthia, I actually had to do her wedding and stuff like that, so I was interested in her, I guess her life, I guess. So I
Mhm.
follow her on Instagram and stuff like that. But um, I am familiar with She by Sheree, like the whole hoopla around it when it first like hit the internet and all the other stuff. So I did expect it to be a little better, and I think that she has like some iconic catchphrases and just like some iconic moments dealing with her clothing line and just conversations around it that I feel like she could have better capitalized off of it. Didn't put out some stuff that it literally is stuff from Amazon and Shein just with screen printing on there. I do feel like
Yeah.
I always get annoyed because I feel like out here and we have a lot of different things like resources as far as like photography studios and photographers and stuff like that. But when it comes to Atlanta, I do feel like Atlanta has better quality photographers and stuff like that for black people. And I said that to say that those photos look so bad for her to be who she is. It's so many different people that she could have worked with and that could have got her right. It's literally people who I know personally um, that specialize in e-commerce and just stuff like that out of Atlanta because that's a big thing now. And I
Now,
feel
what
like,
fabrics were you shopping for? She just was doing that for the show. It had to be. And my
yeah,
thing is, Sheree, this is the problem. This is what I gathered from watching Sheree. She would rather it look like she's putting all this time and effort into it and not solicit help than to actually solicit help and put time and effort into it. Like, I don't know what she does in her free time, but you can tell they didn't try. I'm sorry.
yeah,
It's just not.
it sucks. She need to redo. She need to go back to the drawing board for it to be drawn out this long. And
I
this is
mean,
what
oh,
you got to
all
have.
she needs is a good week to fix it. Cause if you're gonna sell joggers and leggings, that don't take no designer and no fabrics. I think she should get a plain, like some plain sweatsuit, a plain hoodie, and let that be the basis, and then release different stuff as time goes on. So if you really want to get into athletic wear, do your water bottle, do your yoga mat, stuff like that can't be like you can't if you get like a plain black or pink or whatever color yoga mat, nobody's gonna be like, oh, she got it off Shein. But the fact that this sweatsuit got the same mesh in the same spot with the same, you know what I'm saying? It's like too specific. It's just it's
Yeah,
just
it's
too
a
bad.
mess. I'm a person. I invest money in loungewear just because of my job. I travel a lot and I like comfort. So I spend money on sweatpants because I've noticed that when I went to H&M and all these other stores that have sweatpants, since I wear them so much, I get the little nappy balls in between the
Little
things.
lint
So I
bar.
spend my money on
Get
it.
you one of them pillars. Them you can take the yeah. I use that on my
I
sofa.
had one. Them things be breaking down. It's too much.
Oh, sorry,
So
not the
I spend
shiny
money
version.
on sweat. So if you look at brands like um, Essentials and
Hmm.
different people who
Literally
specialize in it.
sweatsuits.
Yeah. So the fact that you're trying to price point your product at the same level as somebody like Essentials who put time and effort in theirs and the quality is really good. Actually, it's more because I feel like I paid.
And I
Um,
never felt like Essentials was
like,
worth that price, but it has a look and a
me
feel. It has an
either.
aesthetic. It has
Me
like
either.
a glow.
And
Like
I'll be the first to say I never thought that Essentials was worth it. And then somebody bought me a sweatsuit for my birthday, and I was like, you know what, this is actually kind of cute. And
I feel like
compared
Essentials was
to
a combination of Yeezy and Off White
um,
because of the
yeah,
words, how the words look, and then the
yeah,
colors. Even
yeah,
though I
it's
think I
definitely
think that
very
look.
like Yeezy ish, because the guy who is over it, Jay Lorenzo, he mimicked it off of like, well, his whole um thought behind the Fear God brand is that it's pure. It's like basic,
Oh, okay.
pure, because he's very religious.
That makes sense.
That's why I
Yeah,
didn't buy it
we
for
need
a
to
long
look
time
at
because
stuff
he was
like
one of
that.
them. He was one of them Christians that was
Not one of them
uh,
Christians.
going down about on the internet about the gays.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, that was another reason why I didn't buy it, just because he was homophobic. But I ain't gonna lie, the suit's sickening. I ain't. It's cute.
I don't have anything of his because I just couldn't get around to the price, but maybe one day. But I also saw somebody trying to compare the She by Sheree to Skims and trying to say like Skims is doing the same thing. But I'm gonna tell you this: Skims serves a purpose, and them products is doing what it needs. People getting their waist snatched, their body getting shaped.
It
Like
works.
exactly, it
I
works for
rarely
what
see
it is.
people that buy Skims that say like it don't matter if you may not like him, but the actual product like is good.
Yeah, I agree.
Proven that.
And so it's nothing to deny about that. So you don't have to get shapewear from Kim. You can get it from Amazon. You can get it from there, but she's not. It's just the way. The problem is the way Sheree hyped this up for 14 years. It just ruined everything. But it is what it is.
Shout out to Sheree, support black women.
I don't support all women. Some women do not need support.
So I'm finna do oh, so we finna do shop talk?
Yeah, let's get into shop talk.
So first things first, I wanted to talk about well, two main topics I want to talk about for shop talk, but I have more. The first one, very quickly, I wanted to talk about the rapper 600 Breezy, his girlfriend.
Mm,
Um, she died by suicide. I think a couple days ago,
yeah.
which is really sad. Like she sent him a very heartfelt text message. I cannot imagine if somebody sent me that.
Yeah, and it's like
Um,
you can't do nothing about it because the deed had already probably been done by the time she hit
yeah,
send and all that.
it's just you just never know what people going through because on her Instagram she looks so happy. Like even like a day before that, she just looks so happy. You just never know, and
Hmm.
the fact that she probably felt like she didn't have nobody to talk to or go with or go to help her feel better, and that sucks. Only reason why I even know 600. I'm sorry, I got the hiccups, but the only reason why I even know 600 Breezy who he is because of drama. Every time, like I
Yeah, I
found
remember
him.
them triplets.
Yeah, like I found him through Asian Doll. Um,
Drama.
of course. And she used to date him, and then he's friends with Vine. It was like a big thing, and I thought he was attractive, but now I don't think so. Like I thought he was so cute before, but he just being so much weird drama to me. So when I
Yeah.
saw it, I did feel bad for him because I'm like, I can't imagine having to go through life knowing that my girlfriend sent me this long text message and then she's no longer here, and
Yeah, it's
I couldn't
traumatizing.
do that. But of course, unfortunately, they did bring the drama to this situation.
Hmm.
Um, he has not claimed his triplet kids.
Now
I don't
she
even know.
isn't the mother of those kids, right? It's another
She's
girl.
not the mother of the kids. The mother of the
Right.
kids is also a rapper from Chicago, but she, just got on the internet just to kind of like chastise him for being like a flaw ass person and just saying like all this stuff is performative and fake and that
Yeah.
he has no feelings because he hasn't even he won't claim his three kids that he got a DNA test for and everything. He won't take care of them, blah blah blah. And then also the comedian Eastside Ivo, however you say his name,
Yeah.
he posted videos of them that were suggesting that they were dating or they have
Hmm.
dated or whatever, and now
Ew.
they were going back and forth. It's just too much, and I hate that this circulating this girl's that this has to be the cause of her death because she should be celebrated and it needs to be brought awareness. And to me, when stuff like this happen, I'm like, you would think that people would be, you know, try to come together or every time somebody
It's
dies, I feel like
everything is an opportunity for attention. I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw him posting about it, I just felt like, I know a lot of people in some really toxic relationships. Like if somebody going through something, oh my God, I know a girl who was in a sexual assault situation, right?
yeah.
And the guy that she was dating would like use it against her. He'd be like, "That's why you got raped, and that's why you did it." It's
He would
right.
say that to her.
I swear to God on everything I love. And so it's like one of them situations where now I don't know if this happened with the Beezy guy or whatever his name is, but I feel when I read his message, I'm like, I feel like he the type that probably would tell her, "Well, do it then." You know what I'm saying? If
Uh,
somebody threatened to kill themselves, because
yeah.
people would say low things out of anger. Now I don't know if that's true, but because like you, I've only known him because of drama, and so I just feel like yes, this is heartfelt, this is nice, but how are you treating her up until this point? Like if you and not nobody, if somebody decides to kill themselves, that is a decision they make on their own. People probably can push them, but at the end of the day, if somebody has made up their mind to do that, it's not a whole lot that you could probably do to deter them. But I just feel like he even said like she even said like she was blaming herself for the drama they had. It's just a lot. I don't know. I'm just inserting my own opinion based off of it, but those were my initial thoughts when I saw him posting about it.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I'm so sensitive about that subject just because I don't have any like close friends that have done that, but I do know people that were fairly close that
Yeah,
you
me
know
too.
have taken their lives, and it's just like damn, like you just genuinely really don't know what people are going through, and I hate that. Like I personally feel like a lot of people out here are like faking certain things or they do things for attention. So it
Mhm.
makes me not take them serious. And I'm gonna explain off air to you what
Okay,
how
not ketchup.
huh?
Ketchup.
Yes. The
Okay.
ketchup has returned.
Okay.
Um
See,
uh,
ruining it for everybody because people really be dealing
see
with
what I'm
stuff.
saying? Like
Yeah.
and it's just like when I anywho, ketchup has
Yeah.
returned. Um,
Put a pin in
so
it.
in my head, sometimes like I just don't. It's not that I don't take it serious, but I mean, unfortunately, I have had people in my life who cry wolf when it
Yeah,
comes to
I know
suicide
people who would threaten to
situations.
kill themselves so they don't get broken up with, which is really wild because you
Yeah,
can't force somebody to be with you. You think they really happy? You want to be with them so bad. You want to lie?
yeah, I do. I feel like I hope my niece don't get mad at me for putting her business out here, but I know that at one point in time, my niece she was like that. She used to be very vocal and loud about her being suicidal, and
Mm.
my sister was so frustrated. Like she didn't know at the time, she didn't know how to deal with it. And she was that person. Like if you was gonna kill yourself, you was gonna do it a long time ago, or you wouldn't
Oh
tell
my
us that you would do
goodness.
it. And so, but she ended up taking her to therapy because it just became something that just never would have ended. And she's a whole different person. Like
Yeah,
she's
well,
a
I'm
whole different
happy
person.
that
So it
you
really
that
helped
you
her, and
can.
I'm so grateful for that because I do feel like she was trouble, and it really ruined our relationship during that time because she was a kid, so I should not be feeling any animosity towards a seventh grader, and I'm a grown
Right.
ass man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
But she
Kids will take it
made it
better.
so hard for me to even be in the same room with her sometimes because she hated me. And I don't know why. Like she just, that's
Yeah.
what it came off as. And I'm like, I really didn't do anything to her, but she
Yeah,
just
you
was
darn near
really,
raised them.
yeah, she just really like was dealing with a lot. And now even to this day, she always apologized about it. And I be telling her, I'm like, don't feel bad. I'm like, you when she came from therapy and I saw that she changed, that was enough for me. She didn't need to
Yeah.
apologize
I'm
to me.
so glad Tamika took her to therapy. Like for real.
Yeah.
Cause
Like I just because it was really bad, and I think we all knew that it came from just like my mom passing away because she was so close to her.
Mhm.
So she needed that therapy, but after that, that was enough for me. I didn't need the apologies, but I do be feeling like she feels as if like I hold that against her sometimes. So she always
Mm.
apologized to me and stuff like that. It's so weird, but um, yeah. And then it's so crazy that this is Suicide Prevention Month.
Mm. And I have a lot of
So
people, well, there are at least a couple people close to me who have always gotten close to being suicidal, have actually attempted and then, being resuscitated and things like that. And I really genuinely do feel for people that have those thoughts that think that, they feel that what they're battling is so bad that they're better off not being here. Like I cannot imagine that feeling. And it's just
yeah,
like,
same.
I think about like I don't want people to be sad about me being gone. I think about ice cream and trips I get to take that I won't get to take once I'm gone. Now, obviously that's like first world problems, but I'm
I
just
love
saying
I
like
love the fact that your reasoning is ice cream.
my 13th reason. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But I just hate that. No, see, all jokes aside, people always say mental health is real, but I need people to go into detail. Like just saying mental health is real, just saying check on your strong friends is not enough. People need to be kind to people. People really push people on the edge for real. And they play sweet, they play cool, they play friendly on these social media stuff. But some people are the worst thing to happen to somebody, and
Mm-hmm.
they put them in a mental space that's really not good. People be in abusive relationships, whether it's verbal or mental. I mean,
Yep.
verbal or mental, whether it's physical or mental. I mean,
Yeah.
verbal too. You know what I'm saying? But it's just really sad, and it's just like, oh god, it's just a terrible feeling because I went on that girl's page and I'm like, wow, this girl killed herself.
Yeah.
That's
That's insane.
crazy.
So I'll move on with that. I feel like we spend a lot of time on that, but I will say that if I feel like this day and age we have a lot of different resources. Like we don't just have the traditional therapy sessions because I feel like that scares people away sometimes. Like
Mhm.
for me, that doesn't scare me because I understand the thought and the meaning and the reason behind therapy and why it's there. But I think that the thought of somebody, like when people think of therapy, it gives them the thought of like a mental institution, or like it's given like sit on the couch and I'm telling this, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? They
And
don't
it
want
don't
that.
have to be like that because first of all, therapists are our age. Like they are super cool. Like my
Yeah.
my therapist was she. I know she probably was being nice because it's her job, but I would hang with her in real
Yeah,
life.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Like I feel like a lot of therapists, we have a lot of therapy options that make people comfortable. So if you do
Mhm.
feel like, you have suicidal thoughts or just anything, some trauma that you're dealing with, I feel it's good to just look into some sort of therapy session.
Yeah, I agree. I even so I know I talked in the past about myself going to therapy. Like now I know there are things like Talkspace and a couple different platforms that allow people to have therapy for a low cost. They do also offer financial assistance and things like that. I highly recommend looking into that. Even if you gotta go to therapy once a month, once every other month, that is totally up to you. But I think I swear to God, that initial conversation can be extremely helpful. Like I went
Yeah,
there's obviously the popular therapy for blackgirls.com. I actually found my therapist on psychologytoday.com. And I just treated it like Amazon. I put in the features like I wanted. I wanted a woman, I wanted her to be black, I live in Georgia, et cetera, et cetera. And I just emailed them, asked them if we could have an introductory call so I could express to them what was on my mind. And that's no cost. And they were like, okay, I understand. We could probably take this approach. And then whatever I felt sounded good is what I went with. And now I went every week because my situation was pretty extreme. But you can go as often as you need. Now they might recommend you go once a week or every other week, depending on what you're dealing with. But even if you can only do once a month, they're not going to be like, oh, okay, well I can't see you. It's just like whatever works for you. But because I know
yeah,
therapy can be expensive for some people, it can be anywhere from $30 to $200 a session, probably more in some cases. So, you know, just look into it and talking to your friend. I hear a lot of people say, I don't need therapy. I got my friends. Your friends are not licensed professionals. They cannot help treat you or diagnose you. And half the time, they don't even care anyway. A lot of people don't care about what you're dealing with. I'm not gonna lie to you. Not saying that your friends don't, but sometimes you put that stuff on people's mind and listening ear, and they try to use it against you. You know what I'm saying?
sorry,
Hold on now. See me? I'm about to use that cough against Draco.
it's not
But
COVID.
no,
I
I
feel you.
just I think that everybody like it's like how people always say it's therapy. Well, artists will be like it's therapeutic to write music, it's therapeutic to perform. Like I think it's all about how they express themselves. Like I think you just gotta even if you don't think it's nothing wrong. I feel like a lot of people, especially Black people, we have a lot of things that we don't even realize has an impact on how we are or the decisions we make. Like I used to feel like I didn't have daddy issues. I'm like, why I got that? I don't care, but it's so many other things that I'm not gonna go into detail, but I definitely made those connections. I feel like when I turned 28, 28 was my golden year. That was the year I made so many connections about how I am, what bothers me, what I like, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm like, dang, I do this because of this. I do this,
Yeah,
even like getting whoopings. It's something I used to get in trouble a lot for nothing. Okay. But it caused me to be like an over apologizer or overly careful about doing certain
mm,
things. And it's like, dang, I didn't even realize that. But we
yeah,
gotta start making those connections. You gotta, make things better. And maybe it don't have to be changed, but it's really helpful to navigate life when you can understand why you do certain things. And then
yeah.
maybe if you have to avoid it, you kind of know how to address it.
Yeah. Still haven't found a therapist. Still haven't looked. So I need to get on that.
Oh,
I do.
not
I
you ain't
do.
look.
I haven't
I'm not
really
gonna use
looked
that
only
against
because
you.
I have a lot. I have other stuff that I'm dealing with. Just in life, it's not nothing bad, but just regular industry
Don't
stuff.
let it get
So
ahead of you. You can multitask. If you can scroll Instagram, just X out
yeah.
of Instagram and go on Psychology Today
Okay. Thanks, mom.
and see what they
Um.
posted.
So.
You can,
Um.
if you knew them, you knew your studies like you knew them rap lyrics. You
All
were the
right.
smartest one in the
Goodbye.
school.
Get out of here. So on the next on the docket. Speaking of therapists, while we on that, um, last week we brought up the situation with Ari Spears and Miss
Oh
Tiffany Haddish,
my God.
and so we have new details in in the case, and
Wait, did we
I
talk about
watched.
that? I think we talked about Aries Spears and Lizzo.
Oh, we did. That's what it was. So
Mhm.
now, it's a whole new situation. So now we have
Mhm.
child abuse allegations from both of them because of a skit that they did years ago, um, uh, trying to quote unquote, I guess, bring awareness to sexual predators and all this other stuff, but make it in a jokey way. And I watched it, and I probably watched all of 15 seconds of it before I cut it off because it was
Oh
so
my god.
cringe.
Yeah, I saw it too. I actually saw the whole thing. I'm not gonna lie, but it got worse towards the end. I'm like, okay,
Oh, I couldn't go.
yeah,
And
it
and
was sick.
I just I never understand like how people come up with certain shit and proceed with it and think that it's good. Now let me tell you something. I'm a human. So for me, I definitely have I like dark humor. I'm a person that I'm like, but I do this in private, and I don't make like jokes about like sexual predators or kids or anything like that. But I'm just saying, like in general, I might say something, that's whatever. So I think it's funny, but I would never do no shit like that. I would never think that it was cool. Um,
Even in that climate, there was a lot of things that was okay back then, but that would not have that can't fly.
at all. And so, do I think they had malicious intent, or if they are like child predators? I don't think so. However,
It was
I do
tasteless.
think that that tape is just. I mean, like, why would you even pull the camera out and do that?
You
That's the
get what I'm
same.
saying? And this is an innocent child, and apparently their parents were told they were going to do one thing and end up doing another. On top of that, when I can't remember who gave this explanation, but when you think about TV shows where they did give examples of child predators, they didn't literally use kids, and if they did, it was not explicit like this. Like this, they went too far. Aries Spears went extremely far. I will say in the clip I saw, Tiffany Haddish was like in the first few seconds, not clearing her of any wrongdoing, but I'm just saying it was Aries Spears that was. Oh my god, I'm like, bro, this is not okay. This is not okay. In no
Yeah,
climate,
no,
a lot of things could fly back then, but this is one of them things where I know for a fact people would have been like, absolutely. They probably were like, absolutely not back then, but we didn't have social media to really amplify stuff.
yeah. Um, but yeah, it's a crazy situation. I don't have much to say on that, honestly. Besides the fact that I think that it's so disturbing, and um, I do feel like he deserves what he deserved for that.
Yeah,
It
you think
is
they
what
should go
it
to
is.
jail?
Um, because I don't think that they literally abuse that child.
Hmm.
That's where I'm on the fence with it, and I hope I don't offend nobody by saying that because I get that it's
I
a
know
really
what you mean
touchy
because I don't
subject.
feel like they had. I don't think that they were trying to cause harm, but what they did was harmful.
Yeah, so I do think that they should be penalized,
Yeah, I
especially
agree.
him. I think he's just a weirdo in general.
Right.
Um,
The irony of him being in the media about Lizzo. Okay, cross Lizzo and see what happened. Y'all see what going on.
I don't necessarily think they need to go to jail, especially Tiffany. I don't think that she played a part in it, but I don't think her part was as big as what Aries was, and it's just
Yeah,
whatever. But honestly, you affiliated with it, you're in it, you
absolutely. And you
you
was not.
agreed to it.
You ain't go home after you walked out that door.
Yeah, so they'll get dealt with. What Mama D said, um, the DA was listening. You'll get a knock at your door soon.
I definitely think I'm not gonna lie to you, and I'm putting myself in a position if I was that child or if that was one of my siblings, I do want them charged. I don't know if what kind of jail
Yeah,
time.
they need alimony from it. I think they need some money. They need some
Yeah,
type of
sue
alimony.
lawsuit, yes, but I think that there is no statute of limitations of child abuse. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong,
Yeah,
or sexual assault. I don't know how they would classify this. Whatever the lower grade of it is, I think do what you got to do. Because I don't think the parent is what is who's suing. It's the siblings, like the kid and his big sister. I could be wrong.
but I do want to lighten up the shop talk. I don't want it to be so heavy
Dark.
because
Yeah, we did
I
talk
do
about
feel
two
like my
extremely deep.
I feel like the topic today is funny, but so I need to warm up. I'm trying to find another one because it ain't really nothing going on. I haven't been paying attention to the news and the internet. Um,
Me either. I've been too busy working my jobs.
I'm trying to get to the bottom of this thing. So there's a couple that is very famous. They both have like um collectively over 2 million followers on TikTok and Twitter, and they're popular on TikTok and OnlyFans. But they're a couple, and they are in jail for murder, honey.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Now, how you
So
gonna say you want to change the topic from being dark and then we go into murder?
I know, I don't know,
I
whatever.
did see that though. It's like one of the boyfriends killed his ex boyfriend,
Yes.
and then the new boyfriend has a part. This be my thing for real, for real. I know this might be a stupid question, but why people think they can get away with murder?
No, seriously. That's
And
that's
why
insane.
I know some people are mentally insane and so they do things like kill or kidnap or whatever, and that's no justification. But for people that may not necessarily be battling something, but they kill somebody out of spite, anger, or whatever, like what do you think? How do you think life is supposed to proceed after that?
No, that's very true. Um, and I just want more details on the story and just like what happened. But I think that since they're not like complying and said, "Oh, we didn't do anything," after they
Somebody
have all
literally
this.
stole their car leaving the
That's what I
house.
was going to say. I'm like, they have your cars, like they have
Yeah.
all this evidence saying that y'all did it. Um, but I do know that the lifestyle that they live is very iffy. And so what I mean by that is, so in our community, a lot of gay men and trans women are sex workers. So this has
Mhm.
been a thing. So now this has become a thing with everybody and not just the gay community. And it's always been a thing for everybody. But I think now since OnlyFans and Twitter is out, a lot of people see how successful people are from OnlyFans and all this other stuff. But anywho, that's besides the point. The problem with the black gay community is that when we attract other races, you have to be very, very careful. And I don't think it's wrong or necessarily bad that people date outside their race, but I do get I'm very cautious just because of the things that I see with my own eyes and just things that happen. And what happens a lot is that um, most of the time, like the Hispanic community and white community, they fetishize black people or black men in general, and it doesn't matter
Mhm.
if you're a man or a woman.
Yeah,
I feel
or
like
a
they
little
just
child. They be adopting us.
yeah, they fetishize black men, and it's so uncomfortable. Like I deal with it out here a lot, and I try to not necessarily tune it out, but I just handle it in a way where it's like, baby, this not giving that over here, boo. So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So I said that to say that they're sex workers, and I know for a fact that they get these people, older white guys, because they work together. Like they go together, but they work together as well.
And they
And
were
so
they were openly doing OnlyFans stuff, or you think that they was
oh, the whole Twitter is
oh,
they Twitter.
okay.
Yeah, they have a Twitter account. Well, they have separate Twitter accounts, and all of like they got like a lot of followers on there. But that's all they. That's what I know them for. I don't know them from TikTok.
Gotcha.
I didn't even know that they were famous on TikTok until
Gotcha.
recently. And so what I think happened is that some shit went down, and that was the result. I don't know them, so it
Mm.
could be some shit where like they just mentally ill and then they just snapped or something like that. I don't
Yeah.
know, but I really do honestly feel like it was a situation because they drove from Alabama to Tennessee um to do this job. They got
Mm.
booked to link up with that guy for whatever they was gonna do. He was gonna pay them. It was an escorting service, and I feel like once they got there, something else went wrong. And I
To
do
where they
feel
would kill the boyfriend?
they killed the dude. They what
Oh, they killed the John.
client? They killed the client.
Oh. Oh, I thought okay. Okay. I
Both of them
misunderstood.
are in jail right now.
I thought one of the boyfriends killed the other boyfriend, and then the
No,
remaining boyfriend got a new boyfriend.
no, 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 no,
Okay.
no. They both. This was a client of theirs.
Yeah, I get it.
So they drove there to work and get paid. So ain't no telling what that man done told them that they finna get paid or what. Because it's two
Yeah.
of them. For them to drive from Alabama to Tennessee, to me, that's just sketchy because it's like y'all make so much money from OnlyFans and TikTok and all this other stuff that the number had to add up
Yeah,
for you to talk about
it
all
had
the
to
way
be,
out
or
there,
they saw opportunity to hit a lick.
or they saw opportunity hit a lead.
Mhm.
Either way, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But I do feel like it's just more to the story than
for
what we see
sure.
online, and it's
Yeah.
insane. Like I'm like, I want to get to the bottom of it, and it's pissing me off because I have been in situations where I feel like people were fetishizing me. So the problem that I be having out here is that since I'm a big black man, like I'm fucking over 200 pounds, I'm 6 foot 6'1", I got dreads, tattoos everywhere, and I dress nice. So people be like wanting, they'll present themselves to me as they want me, but really they just want like the fact that I'm a black guy. Because I ended up
That's
going out and
annoying.
keep in mind this is a black dude now, but he is
Mhm.
very like California. I'll just say that.
Mhm.
Um, very nice guy. He
You
worked
like
for a
hip
lot.
hop?
Yeah, he was like one of those anime boys, but he had
Oh,
locks.
oh, them be the
He
scammers. They be scamming.
he was dark skinned. He had locks. So in my head, I'm like, oh okay,
Y'all got
you know
something in
what's up.
common.
You
Yeah.
know what's up. But the first thing that he said to me when I sat down, within 5 minutes, he was like, I really expected you to be different than what you are. And I'm like, what does that mean? And he was like, I'm looking at you and you have like tattoos and you have locks and he literally said you smoke backwoods, blah blah blah. He was like, I thought that you were gonna be like this macho guy and you're not. And I'm like, is that a bad thing? He was like, no, no, no. He was like, not at all. But I guess like from surface level, just looking at you and looking at your photos, I thought that,
Oh, y'all had never did y'all met virtually?
yeah,
Cause I'm like, how why do you think that? Okay, I get it.
yeah. So I'm like, once he said that, I instantly was turned off because I'm like,
Yeah, I
oh,
would be too. That's annoying.
because you
Why?
thought that I was coming in this being the trade or whatever, and now it's like whatever. But I'll deal with that a lot out here with like non-black people, and it's so frustrating because I feel like in their head they like, oh, a big black guy with tattoos is giving BBC, and that's what I want, and that's what I do. It's like you using
That
me,
is so
throwing it
annoying.
away. So
Yeah.
in that situation, that's how I'm looking at it. Like both of
Yeah.
them went to go see this random white guy, or is he random? I don't know. I don't know the situation, but from my point of view, it's looking
From
like they
state
went
to
to go.
state, it seems random. It's like, okay, we set this up.
Yeah,
Let's just
he
go.
went to
Yeah.
a country town nobody ever heard of in Tennessee to see a white man.
Hmm.
Y'all gonna get hung, boo. That's in my head. I'm like, why y'all do that? That's insane.
Yeah. And it's like it's one thing if there was some kind of self defense involved, but it's not the details is not giving self defense.
Exactly. So I don't know.
It's giving Ed Book.
Yeah,
Remember?
I ain't want to bring that up, but yeah, it definitely. And that's another one. The Airbus situation that happened out here, and what's so crazy is it's still happening. Like he's in jail, but I'm saying
Yeah.
like
Yeah, but people are sick and people don't just
people
stop because they
do like
seen it
that's a
happen.
big thing out here. Like people, it's hard. It's so expensive to live here. So it's easy money for black men who are in shape
Yeah,
and
they're like, okay, shoot, he want to
body.
pay. Why not?
Exactly, and of course
Mhm.
they start. You have to do certain things. So the thing about like men who do drugs and stuff like that, they don't like to feel judged. So if you coming over there and you don't do it, there is a kind of slight red flag for them because they like, oh, okay, you whatever. But I was
Yeah.
even watching this YouTube girl about. I watched this video of this YouTube girl. Now she was a white girl, but she was like she had a pet channel where she bought all these like exotic animals for
Mhm.
her house. Not exotic, but she had like these random ass animals. She worked at PetSmart, and she would make videos of how she take care of them and where she like how she cleaned the tanks and all this other stuff. And she started making money from doing that. When she quit, she met a guy in the industry, and he basically used to like pay her to watch her do cocaine. He's an ex addict and he
I don't know.
don't
He
want to
still look
do
good
it,
as
but he
fuck.
would pay her to watch her to do it. Then she ended up getting addicted to heroin and ruining her life. So it was crazy, all because of that dude. But that's
No,
just a
because of
big.
her, she got accountability in that too. But I
Oh,
get it.
for sure, for sure. The dude told her she caught him doing heroin. She said she saw the spoon in the side drawer because they was living together. She saw it in the nightstand. She confronted him about it. He pulled the I miss my grandma on her. Um,
The fact that I know exactly what that means, that's so funny.
He pulled I miss my grandma on her and he was like, listen, I'm going through something. Yes, I'm doing heroin and I have some left. This is what we need to do. We need to go to rehab tomorrow, but today we ride. We need to finish this so we can get rid of it and then we'll go to rehab tomorrow. And of course it didn't go like that. He convinced her to do the fucking heroin with him to get rid of it and now her ass was addicted from that.
Oh
So
my
it was just
god.
crazy. It's like I feel like that happens a lot of here. I'm just glad I have a mind of my own. I'm not like peer pressure
It's
into doing
scary.
anything.
And then when you
It's
think
so
about
it's
the amount of people that do it versus the amount that don't, it's not as underwhelming as people might think.
no.
It's a lot.
I am so shocked to find out half of the people that do it. I'm like, damn. Like in reality, anything is possible. I don't put nothing past
Talk into
nobody
the
for
mic if you
real.
can. You a little far from it.
Sorry, I put it right here. Anything is possible. I feel like I don't put nothing past nobody, but sometimes it's just really shocking. Like, damn, you what you doing? Yeah,
Yeah, it's
like that's
actually really shocking. And and we ain't nowhere near the topic for the episode. But it's like it's just and it's hard. It's a thin line between let people do what they do to like, all right now. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? It's a lot. I was just talking to somebody, one of our mutual friends yesterday about a lot of the people that we follow on social media that look super cool, but they house be filthy and dirty and they be strung out. They don't be having nothing. It's just like shocking. And it's like it's not necessarily my business if it's not one of my close friends or anything like that. But it's shocking, just like the drug stuff. When you find out people are doing these things and making these hit runs, you think they just traveling, they posting, they be doing, they be having hostings.
yeah. I actually, it was so funny that I was on Twitter the other day, and one of the little Instagram models that I have worked with in the past, I guess somebody
Oh,
exposed her
baby, I
and
think that
showed the inside of her house, and I wanted to barf.
her
I
house,
am
somebody house she
her
was staying
apartment.
at. Yeah, no, I was gonna say she was staying because they was talking about how she was house hopping too.
Yeah, but the fact that that building or apartment looked brand new and she trashed it the way she did and was living in that fucking pigsty. I
Yeah, and what be
can
posted
only
on
imagine
Instagram.
what you smell like. And what's
They
so
said she
crazy?
was not showering, she wasn't brushing her teeth. She was taking medicine for like something in her vagina. It's just sick, and I read that whole thread. I was going page by page. She was wearing other people's outfits, and then she was like not putting in. It just was a lot, and it's just like I hate that people. I don't, I don't like when people put on this facade of like, oh, I live this cool life, and then they affairs not together. They end up turning 40, 50, and be resulting to doing crazy stuff because they want to keep up that lifestyle. But they missed that window to really capitalize off getting it together.
Yeah, I've done her when I've done her makeup. I noticed like one time she
She a little
came.
slow.
Not even just that. Um, she came to the shoot with a full face on and basically wanted me to put makeup on top of it because we were doing a shoot for a well-known rapper and she didn't want to be seen without the makeup on because the glam room door didn't have a door and it was open. So I'm putting foundation on top of dirty skin and
Wait, so
dirty
I don't understand that.
I've had clients that don't want people to see them without eyebrows or see them without makeup on, so they come to the makeup appointment with makeup on. So she kept it on, and I had to
She's
basically
not even an ugly girl. Now she did get a lot done
no,
on her face. She look completely
yeah.
different now. But that's crazy. I
And
Did she
that when
pay
I say
you?
that foundation was cracking, it was looking so bad. Like I was trying to put powder on top of it, and it was like turning it into um, sandpaper. It was
And
just a
then
lot.
it's your fault when she don't look right.
Yeah. And I would that's why I'd be so sad that when people see these people like these influencers and these celebrities on the internet and they don't be looking right, a
Mm.
lot of the time it's not us.
Yeah.
It's them. You know what I'm
And
saying?
then
They
you
tell
wrong
us
if you speak up and say that. So it's like just gotta let
like
it
she
ride.
wants to look like this. She did this. She want to look like this. You know what I'm saying? Like it's rare that you get people who are artists, and I get it because you're an artist, you know what you want to look like, you know that you're creative yourself, so you want to be able to dictate like, hey, I want this, and this is what I want to
Mhm.
look like. But in reality, it's like you have to trust the professional. I know what's gonna look right on camera. I know what's gonna look right with his hair. I know what's gonna fit your eye shape, your face, your skin tone. I know what's gonna fit. I know how to make it fit. You know, it's
Mhm.
different things that you have to do. But of course, dealing with another individual that's a creative is always a challenge because they always want
I wouldn't
input.
call her creative. Sorry.
Well, no, that's a different situation. But I'm just saying
Oh, you
that's
talking about
Sheree.
in general? Okay,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah.
She's something.
It's dirty. So
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about. So I just came across this video before we started recording, and it was of Azalea Banks, and she was pretty much talking about how she feels like Beyonce is capitalizing off of the LGBT community and not giving us anything in return. And
Oh,
she said she's
brother.
always done this, and she's always done this, and we always fall for it, and blah blah blah, all this other stuff.
What does Azalea Banks give the community in return?
Hold on. Now I got really pissed
Trauma.
because on Labor Day we had a little barbecue, and um for my birthday a lot of people brought Hennessy to my house, and I'm like, girl, I don't drink that. Like, I don't drink Hennessy. Hennessy is the devil to me. So I had like 5 big bottles of Hennessy in my house, and every time somebody has something, I try to get it out the door, but don't nobody drink it. So I ran into
Why
this
they bring
girl.
it?
I don't know. I don't even drink it. So
They probably had, but they was like, this probably what he want because he's a dread-headed guy with tattoos.
and smoke backwoods. Um, so I be trying to give it away. I literally tried to give somebody a brand new bottle of it for their birthday. I'm like, please take this, and they didn't want it. So I took it on Labor
You
Day,
gotta bring
and
that to Atlanta. You gotta just drop it off somewhere
I did.
downtown.
Well, I brought it to Atlanta folks. So on Labor Day, I hung out with a lot of people from the South, and they was like, "Oh yeah, baby, we hitting it."
Oh,
But
that's
one of the girls that we were with, randomly, she just unprovoked. Nobody was listening to Beyonce talking about her, but she got drunk off the Hennessy and realized she was around a lot of gays,
oh
and she
Lord.
started Drake album better than Beyonce's, and it's the same album. And y'all only fuck with Beyonce because she catered to the gays. And that's not fair. We don't understand that shit as gay as straight women. And da 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 da. Drake, I said,
Girl, what are you talking about?
yeah, it's just a mess. So here's the thing, okay? Um, it pissed me off because in my head now I think a lot of people think like this, and now I'm pissed. Like I feel like I'm always the person. Um, I feel like out of a lot of my friends, I'm just that person that just gets overly passionate about like being offensive to the community and being an ally or whatever. Now, I don't expect everybody to be an ally because that's not realistic, but I
Hmm.
do expect a level of respect from
Respect.
certain
I was about to
people.
say, yeah, because I
And
think
I just
allyship requires some kind of participation, but you can
yeah.
absolutely be respectful.
So I just don't understand why that happens. Now the problem with Azalea Banks that I have is the fact that Azalea Banks, her music, she we were introduced to her and we know her for rapping over house beats and Vogue beats and different things like that. And she hasn't really done anything for the community besides provide us with music. And she always is a person who is being transphobic and homophobic, and her reasoning is always, oh well, I can say that because I'm gay too. I've never seen her with a woman outside of Angel Hayes, and Angel Hayes is
I don't even know who that is.
2011. Exactly. Angel Hayes is a rapper from 2011. I don't even think that girl rap no more, and they fell out because they were dating, but that's the only girl that I remember her dating. Baby, it's 2022. Only thing I've seen you date was white men that spit on you. So my thing is, how are you to tell somebody that Beyonce is using the gay community, um, uh, you know what I'm saying, like just for their music and trying to capitalize off our stuff? She Beyonce is the type of person where she researches and she sits back and I think that Beyonce does a great job at paying homage to people and paying her respects to people who
She
she
don't skip details. Like she really do her thing.
she don't skip details, and she pay people for their content.
Hmm.
She, you know what I'm saying, she makes sure they're good. She check on them. Um, and so I don't understand where she's getting this stuff from. But me being the person that I am, I have a list of eight times that Beyonce has proved that she's an LGBT ally. Okay, since Miss Mama, because I can't find nothing about her. All you do is sell butthole soap. She be trying to be like, oh, I sell this soap that's gonna bleach your butthole so it can be pretty. I'm selling this for the gays. It's called bussy soap. You're literally using gay terminology. You
Oh,
using the gay
right. So
community
she's a hypocrite 'cause she's doing what she's accusing others of
literally.
doing. Okay.
My problem with that too is it's so many black gays on the internet like, oh, she right. One thing about it, she crazy, but she always right. No, she's not. Y'all
Mm,
think that anybody that's loud and overly opinionated is right. You
yeah.
have an opinion, but there's and just like I was explaining to the girl about the Beyonce and Drake comparison, I said you can have an opinion all day. That doesn't matter. But what I'm speaking to you is as an actual fact, and you
Right. And the
cannot
facts
go
don't
over that.
lie.
You cannot beat that. It's a fact. So here we go. Um, so there's first of all, Beyonce is really good at um, she's really good at picking up I guess like small artists that people don't really know about and putting them on and putting them in the forefront. So there was a songwriter from the UK. His name is Nick. Is I think it's Mnek. I can't print. I don't know, but he is a singer and a songwriter.
Neck. Just kidding.
Mnek.
I'm just messing
And
with you.
so he worked with Beyonce on her Hold Up track from her
Okay.
Young Money
Hold
album.
up. They don't love me like I love
And
you.
he just talked about how she just came to him and was like how much she appreciated him and how talented he was. And um of course he probably got paid so much money for that. That literally probably changed his life and career. I think that alone, just putting people in positions to win alone is enough for me because it's
Right.
like
Especially from B. It's like
from
Drake.
Beyonce, you get a Beyonce cosign, you literally probably are good forever,
I feel like
unless
the
you
first time
fuck
I
it
heard of
up.
Tim's was because Drake put her on a song. Like stuff like that is like a huge deal.
It's a
You
huge
skipped the
deal.
line.
Yeah. Even with people like Big Frida, we knew who Big Frida was, but I do feel like um, Big Frida and T.S. Madison. We knew who both of them were before Beyonce, but I do feel like she assisted in
Amplified
catapulting their
them.
career.
For sure. For
Like
sure.
whatever. So the thought behind the song and video for 7-Eleven was was to celebrate marriage equality for all.
Oh, I
So
didn't know that.
yeah, so in the video, she recorded it in her penthouse, I think, or her hotel, and she made like a music video from her cell phone, and it was LGBTQ themed. She had a whole bunch of rainbow flags, rainbow outfits, but she did that to celebrate marriage for equality because that's when um, marriage for gays was legalized. Um,
Never knew that. I guess I need to listen to the lyrics again.
or watch the video.
I
The, vi-
did.
the She also puts a lot of LGBTQ couples in her all night video celebrating um, love. She stood up for trans rights by putting um, Laverne Cox in Ivy Park ad, and she literally her her quote for that was "Y'all means all," meaning that if she's supporting every black person, it means all of them,
That
not
means
just
every last one of y'all.
exactly. With that ad with Laverne Cox, she promoted that Y'all Means All campaign for overturning the North Carolina discriminatory bathroom bill, um, urging her fans to donate. Even though I be feeling weird about celebrities asking their fans to donate certain things.
I
Sometimes I'm
know,
like, girl,
right?
a
Right,
panoramic.
it's cool because
Read the
sometimes people
room.
do be wanting to know where they send their money, but I also feel like her saying she's making a donation and then saying encouraging you to do the same or something like that is a little different,
Yeah.
a little bit more
Um,
acceptable.
at her 2018 Global Citizens Festival, which is one of the biggest festivals in the world, she lined in a row with her dancers, each wearing a different color to represent the human pride flag. And then I think she like highlighted Janet Mock, which is a trans woman, trans
Yeah.
actress. But
Z.
I mean, you get the point. I just feel like she does
Yeah,
certain
it's
things.
it's
She does a
like
lot of things.
Azalea Banks just say anything out her behind. She just like Kanye West. They like the same people.
They are, and they both Gemini's.
But Kanye a little bit he has good moments. Azalea Banks don't be having good moments.
Yeah, I feel like, but you know what? I feel like she does. The thing about Kanye, I think he has way more power and influence than her. For one,
Cause he's
um,
proven himself already.
yeah, so he can kind of say what he want, and he can get reprimanded for it. But it's like, baby, I have over $1 billion,
Right. I am
so I can do
Kanye the
whatever I want.
West. Yeah, yeah.
So
I
that's how he
agree.
feels. She doesn't have that.
And
She
he
don't have.
gives things that people universally want. Azalea Banks to me has a core audience and it's gonna
Yeah,
remain there.
yeah. She has a core audience of gays that she is chastising,
Yeah.
which is so fucking weird.
She's
Like I hate
very
it.
strange. And I thought she was
Yeah.
banned from social media. Will she be
She
making
be
these
making
posts?
new pages and stuff. They didn't trump her,
She
but
just like I about to say she just like Trump.
but I hate that, and I really want people to stop that narrative when it comes to Beyonce. Like I get it if you're not a fan of her music, because I get that everybody have a different taste in music and what
Yeah,
they
but
listen
to
to
say
on a
Beyonce
daily.
is
But
not talented is extremely wild. I can't lie. I'm not a Beehive member. And you know how I am. I don't like Nicki Minaj, but to say that she can't rap is crazy. I don't like her
yeah,
songs, which is up to
I
me.
feel
I
that,
don't
and
have to like it.
I grew up a Destiny Child fan, and I think
Oh,
over
I
the
know.
years the Beehive has kind of like made me calm down on my standings. But I think this era right here has revived the old Draco. And I am standing 10 toes down about the queen because I just feel like, honestly, it ain't too much I can say about her. That
I mean,
ain't
literally
rooted,
nothing. She's doing better. Any artist you name right now besides Stevie Wonder, she doing better than.
and she can't, and we don't know nothing about her for real. Like she is so private, so it's like
Think about
anything.
it. She did so many interviews over the years and just stopped.
Yeah, she don't
And we
interview
didn't learn nothing else.
nothing else. So it's just like we don't even know nothing about her for real to dislike her. If you, all you gotta say is you don't like the music. Fine,
You
I
literally
understand.
have to be a hater. I can't lie. Like it's one thing to not like somebody's music, but you cannot deny talent. And I mean, it's the effort. There will, you know,
Yeah,
how people be like, "There'll never be another Michael Jackson." Beyonce is the equivalent of that because people are not even having that kind of effort, and she really been doing this for a decade. We grew up to Beyonce. Beyonce she has music and impact that spans across generations, literally. Like she was a
yeah,
teenager when we discovered her. Can you imagine that?
and she I feel like she's a diva. We don't have those, and I think that what people
Hey.
don't realize is that us as gay community, we thrive off of that because we love that flamboyance and just the feeling of that. Just how she is so extra. She's so good at what she does. She sings, she dances, she puts on a production. We don't have that. We've had like people in the past: Tina Turner, Diana Ross, Patti LaBelle. Um, Cher, Britney Spears. Like we have those type of people. Mariah Carey. Now I won't say Britney Spears or Cher is like yeah, maybe Cher, but I won't put
Yeah, I don't know. Would you say
Britney
Britney
in that
Spears?
diva category.
Mm-mm. She
But
hasn't even.
name somebody that came out after Beyonce that you can fit in there and it'll work. Please do, because I would love that. And besides,
Mm,
well, yeah, no, nobody,
nobody. No, you're right.
nobody, literally no fucking body. So I feel
Carrie
like,
Hilson. Just kidding.
all right. Um,
All right.
maybe Lady Gaga, but that's for the white gays, for
I was about to
mostly.
say, yeah, not in the
Um,
black community. Beyonce
no,
is that.
so it just come off as weird hater vibes when people just have so much to say about the queen. It's just like honestly, just say you a hater, you hate, and go home,
Yeah,
please.
it's strange. I'm not here for it. I get it. People probably say the same thing about me and Nicki the Minaj, but I listen. I know
I don't think you're a
monsters.
hater for that.
I
I feel
like the
like
monster
Nicki
verse.
Minaj has done a lot of things that has validated so many people not to like her
Hmm.
personality or whatever. Like the music, okay, whatever. I get it. That's subjective. Either
You
you
know,
like her or
I'm
you
a
don't.
trap music kind of girl, but like I said, I
Yeah,
know
yeah,
monster forwards and backwards.
yeah. Like I feel like it's just that's subjective, but I do understand that Nicki Minaj has done a lot of things in the public eye that will make people just not
And
care
she
for her.
continues
So
to
I
do
get
it.
it.
Continues.
All right.
I mean, I just seen her comment on neighborhood talk. Now she wasn't wrong with what she said, but I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Ariana, what are you doing here?
She is so obnoxious. I actually love it.
Yeah.
But
Well, anyways, all right, I'm getting sleepy. I'm sorry. I have had a long day.
I understand. Let's wrap this up then. So I ain't got really nothing going on. Right now I am just figuring out what my next step is. I do want to enter the um the vlogging world. So that's actually my next project that I'm working on. After I'm done with paying my bills
You
for the
gonna
month.
vlog, but you can't go to therapy. Okay. I'm just
What if vlogging is my therapy?
that's no such thing. It's
Yes, it
therapeutic.
is. Therapy is subjective. Anyway, subjective.
Ooh.
Anyway, moving on from
Not
that.
just saying F the folks that went to school for it.
Yep. Um, technically, I did too. I took psychology in college, and I passed with an A. That was the only class I passed. And math.
Jesus Christ. And you took it at
Uh,
Water College. So
yeah, and it was five. So that's all that I have going on. I'm just I don't go outside like that at the moment just because of the heat wave, and we are supposed to be getting some rain on Saturday, which I am so excited about because LA is the most stinkiest city I've ever been in my life. It stinks. Like I can't even roll my window down on the highway, and it's because of the rain. So we get rain this weekend, and it's probably hopefully going to cool off, so I can start back hiking next week and working out outside. Because I hate the gym. I feel like them machines in there are just infested with monkeypox because all that sweat that people got on there.
I
I feel
heard
like
the monkeypox cases are going down.
oh, I'm sure, but in my head it's still up. So I mean, I just I haven't got my second shot. I'm actually supposed to get it after the ninth, so I think I'm gonna go next week.
I'm
Um,
waiting on this new booster to come through.
for
I'm
COVID.
ready. They got the one that's gonna have the this new variant. It's based on cover the whatever the variant is that's the last one, child. I don't forgot.
Omicron.
Yeah, Omicron. Yeah,
Uh,
I'm ready to have that so I can I'm ready to take it so I can be asleep for 24 hours. Cause last time I got the booster, I was knocked out.
when I got that monkeypox shot, I was knocked out.
I need it before my trip because I know them girls is not giving masks up there.
Yeah. So I mean, that's all I got. For now, I'm just trying to stay out of this heat and just enjoy my life. I've really been enjoying living here. I've really been enjoying exploring, meeting people, and just doing things. The only problem that I have is that um, the most regular shit is expensive, and that people are using me as a fetish. I'm finna start charging. This is what I'm finna do on OnlyFans because at this point, it's money in that.
It
I don't
is
want to
money,
touch
but think
nobody.
about the
I
impact that
don't
it
want to
might
touch
have
nobody.
long run.
I ain't gonna do that.
I'm
Somebody
embarrassed.
even asked me to dance at a club, like as a go-go dancer, a stripper.
Okay,
I've
you
been
gonna
asked
do it?
3 times.
You gonna
Mind
do
you,
it?
the club that they want to work at, they want me to work at, is literally walking distance from my apartment, like
Oh,
five
so you
minutes
can
walk.
wear a mask. You could be the mask makeup artist.
I think the face is a part of it. Like that's what they it's a part of the
They
package.
using you. They fetishizing you.
I'm telling you,
Man, I'm super tired. I got a lot on my plate right now, and it's
you
all self
sure do,
inflicted.
and it
It's
ain't
self
food.
yeah, that too. It's self inflicted, and I gotta make some moves soon. So I gotta get my peace of mind back, or I'm gonna be having some really long days ahead. So
Oh my
I
god.
started my new job. I love it. Um, I don't care who hears this, but I hadn't quit my other job yet, and I don't care. I rather them let me go before I let them go. I like that. So I'm so detached from it right now.
Yeah.
And so I didn't quit it. I always have this fear of quitting a job and then losing the opportunity of the new job, and now you unemployed. or you have to do the walk of shame to ask them for your job back. So I always there have been times where I'll quit and just give a 1 week notice because by then the background check and stuff will be back and all that. But in this
Yeah,
particular situation, everything is remote. So I'm like, shoot, I'm about to just out there, but I can't even do it. Y'all gotta go.
yeah.
They got
I
to
see
go.
what you
So
mean.
I'm probably gonna put that notice in next week. And then just be one job shouted.
Well, good for
And
you, Queen. I feel like you deserve that. You need one job, and I know that you like. I just want to retire, so this is just what I'm giving. But I feel like you want to do so much stuff outside of job, outside of work.
I know, and then I'm probably going to grad school. It's a lot on my plate. It's a lot on my
Oh, you
plate.
thinking about going to school? Oh, you one of them.
Yeah, I know, and I don't even want to go to school, but they offering a free degree, so it's like, why not? But I do have my income coming in from my rental properties that's been helping. I am gonna go ahead and look for a new home. I know we've talked about this a couple times.
Okay.
Waiting for the student loan stuff to clear up because that'll help me qualify for more. But the only dilemma is because I bought my place so cheap, no matter where I go, it's gonna cost me double, and that's hard to accept. And
Yeah,
so it obviously gets offset by the money I make from my rental property, but that's not enough. I don't want to see no $3,000 mortgage on paper. That's wild to me, especially for a person living alone.
yeah,
But I know property prices will slow. I think people okay, well, I'm not gonna go down that road, but
yeah.
prices will not they won't decrease per se, but they will not grow as fast. So I could take my time a little bit more now, but I don't know. I gotta figure it out. I need a 2 car garage in the yard for me and my dog, so I can get a Tesla. So I need y'all to figure that out for me.
Okay.
And it's either pay close to 500,000 to remain where I'm at, or pay less to live somewhere like Mableton, which is very ashy to me, and I'm not interested.
You know what, Mableton? It's ghosting here. My dishwasher is on.
Uh.
How did that? Wait.
Mm. Hey, baby.
No, seriously, I did not cut my dish. I thought I was hearing it, and I'm like, wait,
Don't
why is
turn no
that?
lights off.
I'm
You got
finna
dishes
say
in there?
a few, but I had already washed them.
Oh, maybe one done. But
Wow.
yeah, so I Mapleton and Austell give me country vibes.
Oh, I was about to say I actually don't mind Mableton because it's not that far from the city.
It depends on what part you in, because there's a Mapleton that's closer to Smyrna, like the South Cobb Drive area. Where I live really has me spoiled. So
Yeah.
it's tough. It's very premium. I hate to be that girl. I thought about Brookhaven, but I love being as close
I
to the
don't hate to
west
be
side
that
of
girl.
Atlanta.
Don't I feel like they be? You know what? I feel like the black community gets they be making me mad because they hate to see people live in luxury. If
And
I
I
can
can, and
afford this,
I actually have that privilege, but I still
you
feel
have that. But
guilty.
if people be hating on you, they just hate us because you are literally the most frugal person that I know.
I know, but I have a guilt. I do have a guilt of living too. It's and it's an internal guilt. It's like a fear almost. I know that I can afford nice things and quality things, but I have a guilt about spending that kind of money because I think it's not necessary.
No, I
And
feel it's not. It's really not.
so it's even though but I also don't want to be in a position where I feel like I cheated myself out of a good experience. And it's
Yeah.
not even about, I don't care about public opinion, but I do feel like, Alicia, like, you have a very low mortgage right now. Why don't you just enjoy that? Like my neighbor that just moved, she's moved out now, but she's literally a doctor and she live in my neighborhood. So it's like, if she's living over here, not that I should compare myself to her, but it's almost like a reality check. Like, if her and her man living over here, why do you think you need to be going out and spending all this money? But there are things that I feel like I need. I've outgrown this place. I'm going to rent it out, so I'm going to make money off of it. But I would like to find a more long-term place to settle in. So that's my next, and
Yeah.
that's always been my plan.
Yeah.
But the prices wasn't pricing at that time that I had that plan.
Mm-mm.
But anyway, let's wrap this thing up. I'm not gonna be able to edit tonight. I'm way too tired. I'm gonna have to edit tomorrow night, to be honest with you. So good luck to y'all who want to
That's
listen.
cool. Y'all gonna get the episode this week. When we don't know, but just hold your horses.
Right, 'cause this one is a little lengthy. But all right, y'all. Holla at your girl.
Holla at your swirl.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. All that, all that, all that, all that. All right, bye.
Bye.